Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Cultural Center of the Philippines. All right. So we're here for Sining Biswal Comics, isang siglo ng sining ng comics. All right. So we're your hosts. I'm Mr. Ian Velasquez, together with Miss Sarah Carpio.
Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good time. Thank you for coming here today.
Yeah. So how do you feel today in this momentous occasion?
Oh, I feel beautiful and happy that it's all here now. After all ng paghihirap ni Mr. Randy,
Yes.
lahat ng effort niya, it's really early success for me, I think.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, that's right. And at this moment, we would like to acknowledge the presence of two members of the CCP, board members, all right? Board of Trustees, Mr. Benedict Carandang and Mr. Stanley Saludo. All right. Okay. Okay, let's start the program, all right, Sarah?
Yes.
All
How are you
right.
guys doing today?
Okay. Yeah, of course, it's great. Right? They're viewing exquisite artworks, no, from the rich history of comics in the Philippines. Right?
100 years.
Yes,
Isang
that's right.
siglo ng comics.
Isang siglo. All right. So, all right. To give the welcome remarks, please welcome one of the members of the Cultural Center of the Philippines Board of Trustees and BOT Committee on Artistic Matters, Mr. Stanley Saludo.
Good morning, guys. Okay, so like many 80s kids, I've read Western comics and Japanese manga with their larger-than-life heroes who always seem to save the day. I've also read The Pugad Baboy, showing a seemingly ordinary slice of life in a Manila community yet often woven with political satire and general sentiments of Filipino people on relevant issues. I find the banter between its famous characters so humorous. I'm still in denial. But as I continue to read these comics, I realize comics aren't just about superheroes and villains. The power of comics lies in its versatility and perhaps in its art of storytelling. They are spread across different genres. They can be funny, they can be bold and dark, they can be poignant. But whether it is drama, comedy, sci-fi, action, or fantasy, comics have the narrative power to bring out our humanity. They can move readers to tears, make them laugh, make them fall in love, and even break their hearts. Like other comic book fans, what I like about them is that they are more fun and easier to read than regular books. This makes it appealing to people, especially young children who would otherwise have little interest in reading. Unlike traditional books with overwhelming pages of text, comics have short and easy to read sentences with colorful visuals, graphics, and drawings that make reading less intimidating. There are some studies that show comic books help increase inference for the skill to comprehend based on evidence and reasoning among young children, since it encourages reading between the lines and from the images. Comics can also be used as a teaching tool. Some comics which explore historical events, classic tales, nurture, and other topics can be a learning supplement. For example, in Trece, which was very successful, was recently adapted into a series, touches on Philippine folklore and local mythology. Napanood niyo ba yun? Of course. Siyempre, Jezabel, Darna, Captain Barbell, and Panday, among others, they teach about Filipino values aside from heroism. From the comic strips serialized in Liwayway magazine, Agawad CCP para sa Sining Awardee, to modern digital format, Filipino comics have a long history. And I'm happy that we have this exhibit titled Comics Sining Biswal that pays homage to this amazing art form. Today, we officially open the exhibit, curated by Randy Valiente. Randy, where are you? How about a big hand for Randy? Randy. Featuring original works and illustrations by select comic artists and illustrators from different eras spanning 90 years, and showing the evolution of the comic industry in the Philippines. I hope, we all hope, that this inspires the youth to pursue a career in comics. I hope our comic artists and illustrators, especially the young ones, would continue to create, and I wish Filipino people would continue to patronize and read comics because it's part of our culture and our heritage. There was a time when it was an underrated and underappreciated art form. But I'm happy that comics are making a renaissance in the contemporary time. di ba? Something to be happy about. Without further ado, welcome to the Cultural Center of the Philippines, and please enjoy the exhibit. Mabuhay ang Filipino comics. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Solido. And of course, we would like to welcome Mr. Randy Valiente. Mr. Randy Valiente is a writer, artist, curator. He started doing illustrations for local comics in the early 90s and became full-time writer in the mid-90s, making comic scripts, pocketbooks, magazines, articles, and radio dramas. He went back to illustration in 2000 and worked for U.S. publications such as Dynamite, Scenescope, and others. He received awards such as the 2017 NCCA Writer's Prize for the Best Essay, Best Filipino Graphic Novel in Comic-Con Asia 2018, and the 2019 Gawad Tanglaw, Gawad Rustica Carpio para sa Sining ng Panulat. Aside from doing comics locally and abroad, he also does concept and storyboard for films, animation, and computer games. He is a grantee of the CCP 2022 Comics Grant for the graphic novel Lalang Kalibutan, ang paglikha ayon sa mga Bisaya. Let's all welcome Mr. Randy Valiente.
Hello. Bigla akong kinabahan. Kanina cool na cool pa ako, pero ngayon parang... Hindi, medyo natutuwa ako kasi katerno ko yung carpet. Yun agad lang napansin ng mga kaibigan ko. Parang carpet yung ano mo. Hindi. Nung isang araw ko pa iniisip kung paano ko nabuo yung exhibit. Hindi ko alam eh. Parang... galing siya sa isang concept lang na way back. Kasi alam niyo naman na I grew up reading comics, Filipino comics in the 80s. And then, product ako ng isang comics workshop from Joseph Christian Santiago and Hel Santiago. And they introduced me to 1950s and 1960s comics. So, nakita ko yung gawa ni na Francisco Coching, ni na Alfredo Alcala, ni na Nestor Redondo. And then, nagsimula ako maging professional comics artist noong 1990s. And then 2000, nakapag-drawing ako sa American comics, sa European comics. So yung experiences na yon from different eras ng comics na nakita ko, nagkaroon ako ng idea sa isip na parang gusto kong gumawa ng isang book about Filipino comics illustrations simula nung 1930s hanggang bago, yung ngayon. And then, luckily, dahil sa internet, maraming mga images na makikita simula 1930s hanggang ngayon, yung mga bagong gumagawa. Ginawa ko siya kasi parang it's a personal journey for me na gusto kong makita talaga yung comics illustration simula 1930s hanggang ngayon. Napaka-selfish siya kung tutuusin, yung pagbubuo ng exhibit na to. Kasi gusto ko talagang makita sila na nakalatag. Kasi nga, may concept akong binubuo. Ang idea ko kasi na itong mga illustrations na to, simula 1930s, ay produkto siya ng lipunang Pilipino. Hindi lang siya style ng artist, kundi ito ay lahat ng product, ng environment na ginagalawan nating lahat. Product siya ng economics, product siya ng ekonomiya ng artist mismo. So, yun ang parang medyo thesis ko. Kaya gusto ko siyang makita ng nakalatag. Pero nung nag-propose na ako sa CCP, nung nakuha ako ng CCP para dito sa exhibit nga na to, naisip ko na, magandang makita ng maraming tao yung nakikita ko. So, isa siguro yun sa naging dahilan kung bakit gusto ko talagang maituloy yung exhibit na to. Para makita ng publiko na ganito yung evolution ng comics illustration. Pasensya na po sa mga comics writer. Nakatuto kasi yung context ng exhibit sa comics illustrations pa muna. Siguro in the future, magkakaroon tayo ng about sa writers naman. Pero yon, nagpapasalamat ako, siyempre unang-una, sa mga artist na tumulong sa akin. Alam nyo naman sa sarili nyo na kung wala kayo, hindi naman mabubuo to. Hindi naman ako pwedeng mag-exhibit lang mag-isa. Lahat ito ay galing sa tulong nyong lahat. Tingin ko nga first time na nabuo dito sa isang hall, sa isang exhibit, yung mga comics simula nung nagsimula. Pinakamatanda natin na nandito ngayon, 1937. At 2022, yun. First time na nagkasama-sama yung mga illustration na yon. Kasi before, merong mga packets of the exhibit, pero by groups lang or by hindi siya talaga buo. Ngayon lang nangyari ng buo. So yun, maraming salamat sa mga artist, sa mga collectors na nagpahiram ng mga collections nila. At syempre, sa CCP, sa Visual Arts and Museum Division, kay Ma'am Rica. Maraming salamat sa patience. Marami akong dapat pasalamatan na dahil sa kinakabahan ako, hindi ko na maalala. Siguro si Paulo Heras ng Comiket, kasi isa sa tumulong na ipunin yung mga artworks few weeks ago. Ngayon kasi wala si Paulo dahil merong pas Comiket ngayon sa Mega Mall, kasabay ng event natin. Pero sabi ni Paulo, sayang Randy, kung hindi nagkasabay pupunta ako dyan. So ayun, maraming salamat. Sino pa ba? Sa mga bisita na nandito ngayon. Sa lahat ng mga comics readers, sa lahat ng mga supporters, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. I-enjoy po natin yung exhibit. Nalaman ko na ito yung huling exhibit ng CCP bago siya, kasi di ba alam niyo naman i-renovate yung CCP. So tayo yung huling exhibit. I hope, pagbalik ng CCP, tayo yung magbukas, no? Na mas marami. Mas marami. Kasi nga, nagulat din ako nung nag-submit sa akin, sobrang dami talaga. Sobrang dami. Tapos ang dami pong nag-i-inquire na gustong sumali. Sabi ko, wala na, close na. Hindi na kaya. So, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Randy Valiente. And of course, thank you, CCP, for giving us the opportunity to have this wonderful and amazing exhibit, 100 years. It's art and history together. Of course, let's proceed. I would like to welcome to you guys Mr. Alfredo Alcara Jr. Mr. Alfredo took architecture and worked at the firms of W.V. Coscuela and Associates, Leonardo V. Lacsin and Partners. He established Alcala Design Studio as a design-build company and designed for Giordano, Taters, Auntie Anne's, Havaianas, etc. In the mid-90s, he also into graphic design and book layouts. He recently collaborated with publishers in Brazil, France, Germany, and Spain for the release of Alfredo Alcala Voltar Compendium, which will be released in their respective languages. He is the administrator of the Alcala Legacy and the soon-to-reopen Alcala Publications. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Mr. Alfredo Alcala.
Thank you. Alcala, Voltar, He-Man, a long-time artist of DC Marvel, and he also created one of the most iconic logos in the Philippines, which is Alaska. Kung familiar kayo sa Alaska, kahit tanggalin na yung logo ng Alaska, may iwan lang yung mukha, Alaska pa rin eh. Anyway, comics lang o comics lang, a very demeaning term, di ba? But a bit of history before I proceed to validate and yung unmatched accomplishments ng mga previous generation that took the world by storm. Technically, mainstream Philippine comics is short by 25 years to be 100 years old in terms of mass production. In the 1960s, ang circulation is 20,000 to 30,000 copies per issue. Now, there is something worth mentioning in comics history na neglect. It is often omitted that a group of artists founded a publication named CRAF. CRAF is an acronym for Caravana Castrillo, Redondo, Alcala, and Fernandez. Founded in 1963, nang nagsara ang Ace Publication din same year. CRAF rolled out their own comics spelled with an X. Redondo Comics, Alcala Fight Comics, CRAF Classics, and Amado Lovers Comics. These titles closed in 1969. Punta na tayo sa exciting part. Yung tinatawag na Filipino Invasion. Familiar ba kayo sa Filipino Invasion? Noong 1950s to 60s, yun yung peak ng artistry ng comic industry. By 1970, maraming nagsarang publishing company at marami pang sumunod na nagsara pagdating ng 71, 72, 73, 74. Nagkataon, may window na nagbukas. In January 1972, DC Comics began hiring Filipino artists. 2 years later, 1974, Marvel Comics got the first drawing from the Philippines by my dad. So, nag-open na ng gates, opportunity para makilala yung Pilipinas o Pilipino sa comics. Ito yung unang talent drain na tinatawag na outsourcing or BPO. Ngayon ang tawag ay call center. Dati pwedeng tawaging draw center kasi galing ng American script, dito drawing, i-mail pa, papuntang Amerika uli. So, outsourcing. Ngayon, but economically and world stature, nag-iba ang trajectory ng Pilipino. US rates ay 40 pesos per page, while yung local, 12.50 hanggang 20 pesos sa top artist. So, ang laki ng difference, doble o triple. Ngayon, ang masaklap, wala tayong database ng lahat ng lumang comics natin from 1940s hanggang ngayon. Pero merong isang French academic na gumagawa ng index ng ng vintage comics natin kahit hindi siya marunong mag-Tagalog. Siya rin ang translator ng Voltaire into French. Nowadays, it is common to hear of Filipinos in animation, Disney, Hollywood, and in comics, treated as celebrities. The generation of artists, the first generation, set the bar so high that the newbies had to be on par, at least on par or better than them. Sila ang naging susi sa pagiging tanyag ng mga Pilipino sa buong mundo. They really did start the fire. A collective Filipino legacy to the world. Kaya dapat ay tanggalin na ang salitang lang sa sining na ito. Hindi na pwedeng comics lang. Dapat may konting yabang. Comics, komikero ako o comic artist ako, Pilipino. Yung kasikatan o pagiging celebrity nila ng mga bagong artist ngayon ay because of one irrefutable fact. They are standing on the shoulders of giants. Thank you and enjoy the exhibit.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alfredo Alcala Jr. And for our next speaker, let's all welcome Mr. Ed Padilla. Ed Padilla is an architect, environmental planner, public servant, painter, and professor. He is the creator of the Ang Tindahan ni Mang Ed and Trevor comic strips. Currently, he is the president of the Samahang Kartonista ng Pilipinas, an organization founded by national artist Lauro Mang Larry Alcala. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ed Padilla.
Magandang, okay, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. It's nice to see familiar faces and new ones. Ako nga po pala si Ed Padilla, ang presidente ng SKP. Kasama ko rito ngayon, no, si Sir Buboy, ang aming past president din ng SKP. So, mula sa SKP, isang pagbati kay Randy. Asan si Randy? Randy, congratulations sa napakagandang exhibit. Konting kwento lang dahil maiksi lang daw, sabi ni Randy. Actually, yun nga, isang magandang showcase ito dahil nakikita nga yung iba't ibang style ng drawing. Now, kung sa grupo naman ng SKP, kami yung mga naiwan nung mga nagsara ng ibang publications at naiwan ang dyaryo. Kaya karamihan ng membro ng SKP are comic strip artists. No? So founded by Larry Alcala and the father of Sir Buboy, Hugo Yonson, together with Ronnie Santiago and si Sir Ison, ano? So they founded SKP and then tinuloy-tuloy namin, ano? So karamihan po ng members ng SKP ay tuloy-tuloy yung paglabas ng kanilang comic strip sa dyaryo. So when I became a member of SKP, mga late 90s not early 2000, no? So si Pupong noon, kasabay ni Pugad Baboy ang nasa mainstream noon. Talagang kaya maraming nahikayat, no? So tuloy-tuloy pa naman, pero siyempre as the organization mature, isa sa mga pinupush ngayon ng SKP, and I hope we can work with Randy, ano, sa Comics Guild, is that one, to announce to you also that the SKP is working with our local legislators and pushing on for a declaration of a National Cartoonist Day, no? Tayo na lang ang isa sa bansa na walang ganon. So isang malaking bagay 'yon para sa atin, para meron tayong isang araw sa buong taon para selebrasyon, 'di ba, nung pagiging kartunista o pagiging komikero. Isa pa is yung pagtulong din na together again to work on a legislation to protect also the welfare of the artist. Its creations, its kumbaga welfare in totality, kasi lagi tayong nauuto na ano yung trabaho, 'di ba? So malaking bagay na we seek support from the government, no? Kasi sayang yung pool, sabi nga kanina ni Sir Alcala, 'di ba? Yung talent nasa atin eh. Yung creative content creators nasa atin, malaking bagay. So malaking it is an economy, can drive an economy if well supported by the government, no? So muli, Randy, maraming salamat at pinakita mo sa amin ang halos isang siglo ng sa mundo ng comics. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw sa ating lahat.
Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Padilla. Totoo po yun na ang comics, hindi lang siya dapat tinatawag na lang. Maraming tao o maraming artist yung nagdo-drawing, and then upon drawing, the spirit is there, the soul is there. We extend the mind of the artist, and the youngster, such me when I was probably 7 or 4, as I look at it, it gives me a different dimension. And thank you so much for all the artists who participated here today. Okay, we will welcome another speaker. Let's call on Mr. Danny Marquez. Mr. Danny Marquez is a screenwriter, film director, and a former comics writer. He serves as editor of several comics titles from mass media publications and Atlas Publication, namely Filipino Comics, Extra Special Comics, Hiwaga Comics, Especial Comics, Tagalog Comics, Terror Comics, and Diary Comics. He was also an editor-in-chief of Star Buzz magazine and an editor of People's Balita, Please let's welcome Mr. Danny Marquez.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Yun po, nakakatuwa naman po at nagkaroon tayo ng pagpupugay ng ganito sa comics. Dahil bagamat wala na yung traditional na comics, pero hindi naman po matatawaran yung naging papel ng comics sa buhay ng mga Pilipino noong kanyang kasikatan. Hindi lamang simpleng libangan, kundi yung naging ambag din po nito sa ating kasaysayan, kultura at literatura. So, yun po, kay Randy na talagang pursigido at talagang yung passion niya sa comics hindi nawawala, sana magpatuloy pa yon. At sa mga kasamahan kong comics artists na nag-participate po ngayon at sa mga susunod pa, congratulations po sa inyong lahat. Yun po, medyo maiksi lang daw po sabi ni Randy. Salamat po.
All right, so at this juncture, we are now about to award the certificates, okay, to all of the participating artists. All right, so we'll be giving out all of the certificates. So may we request all of the artists to please get ready to go here with us, with Sarah, all right, with their respective certificates. Randy? Okay, so Randy will get the certificates. They're at the back, right? So yun. So, all right, so let's call on the participating artists, all right? Okay, ready? Aaron Felizmano, AJ Bernardo. Okay. Alex Nino, Alfredo P. Alcala, Alois Aldefried, Amado S. Castrillo, Emil Rufo, Amparo Rojas, Antonio Tony Velasquez, R.D. Aquino, Bambi Eloriaga Amago, Bernard Kenneth Peña, Ched Degala, Christine Faye Villanueva, Chalaban, Derek Makutay, Dexter Rojas, Ding Abubot, Donato Santos, Ed Padilla, Elmo Bondoc, Ernie Chan, E.V. Yu, Florence Maglalang, Francisco Redondo, Francisco V. Coching, Hener Padrina, Hal Santiago, Hal Solitario, Jess Escalona, Jim Jimenez, Jerome Suplemento II, Gio Beltran, Joe Luna, Joanna Rose Tino Calingo, John Bicaro, John Zamar, June Borillo, June Lufamia, Cajo Baldissimo, Carl Comendador.
To continue, Lady Story Keeper, Lan Medina, Liu Antonio, M.A. Del Rosario, Mar Santana, Mars Ravelo, Mel Casipit, Melvin Kalingo, a.k.a. Taga-Ilog, Mervin Malonzo, Mayo de Jesus, Mitzi Bahit, Nestor Malgapo, Nestor Redondo, Noah Salonga, Paulo L. Sembulan, Ren Maglalang, Ray Makutay, R.H. Kalintang, Rod Espinosa, Roland Amago, Rolly Santiago, Romel Fabian, Rudy Nebres, Rudy Villanueva, Tenny Henson, Tipay Pascual, Tony Caravana, Ficatan Virgilio Redondon, and
Sir
Sex
Xavier.
Javier.
And we also like to call on the lenders, no? Alfredo Alcala Jr., Dr. Teddy Gustillo Villasor,
Mr. Damian Ian Velasquez III,
Louis Villegas, Mike Serafica, Jay Ignacio, and Bambi Eloriaga Amago. So let me read the contents of the certificate, right? Comics Sining Biswal, isang siglo ng comics. Ng sining ng comics. Itong sertipiko ng pagpapahalaga ay iginagawad kay artist, lender, sa kanyang talento at panahon na inilaan para sa comics Sining Biswal, isang siglo ng sining ng comics ngayong ika-3 ng Disyembre 2022 sa Cultural Center of the Philippines, Main Building, Rojas Boulevard, Pasay City. Signed, Officer in Charge, Visual Arts and Museum Division, Ms. Maria Rosario Estrada. And signed, tagapangasiwa ng exhibition, Director ng Comics Guild of the Philippines, Randy Valiente. All right. So let's give everyone a big round of applause. The participating artists and lenders. Sarah? So let's have the photo opportunity. May we request the guest speakers to also join the photo opportunity? All right. Sir Danny, of course, Sir Alfred is here already, Alfred Jr. Mr. Padilla, yeah. And of course, the CCP board members, right? Please join us for the photo opportunity. Smile, everyone. All right, so there you have it. Congratulations, to all of the participating artists, lenders, and of course the special guests. And thank you.
Thank you, everybody.